Hi, I'm Sean, and welcome to Dragon and Kraken Books. But today it's just me, Kraken, because Constance has had a knee injury and she doesn't want to be appearing on camera. So I'm just going to be doing the reviews by myself. So seeing as I have free reign to talk about whatever I want with this episode, we're going to go to one of my favorite topics of all time, the octopuses. I think ever since My Octopus Teacher came out in 2020, won some Academy Awards for Best Documentary, which, if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. Octopuses seem to have just taken over pop culture. They're all over the place, and that hasn't excluded literature. So today I'm going to talk about three of my, well, I don't want to say three of my favorite octopus books. Three octopus books I've read in order from great to shit, and well, let's get started. Before I get started, I do want to give credits to Constance for giving me the idea to talk about octopuses. So thank you, baby.
You're welcome, baby.
All right, so book number one, The Soul of an Octopus by Cy Montgomery. This is probably my favorite octopus book, mainly because it's nonfiction. Cy Montgomery is a popular naturalist who has written this book in order to sort of explore the depth of octopus consciousness and personality. She opens it by dispelling all of these, popular myths that octopuses are these fearsome monsters that are so alien from us that they can't possibly be anything like us at all. But through her interactions with various giant Pacific octopuses in their aquariums and working alongside marine biologists in their natural environments, in coral reefs and kelp beds and things like that in the oceans, she comes into contact with several different octopuses. There's Athena and Octavia and Kali, and they all have their own personalities and their own playfulness and their own clever ways of doing the things that they do that Cy Montgomery comes to. It's almost a love story about these creatures, and it's a really fascinating read. Very, very much worth your time if you like octopuses and you want to learn more about them. Second book, not as good as Soul of an Octopus, but still good in its own right, The Mountain and the Sea by Ray Naylor. Look at this right here. They look like octopus eyeballs, but they're not. You'll have to read the book to find out what they really are. So this book is an ecological thriller that takes place in the Vietnamese Con Dao archipelago, which I believe is a fictional archipelago. But the conceit here is that fictional sentient octopuses have been discovered in this area, and so the whole place has been bought out by this tech giant called Dianima in order to come in and do research. There's subplots going on that involve computer hacking and piracy and like literal piracy from ships and boats back in the day, and it also deals with ideas of artificial intelligence, of course, octopus intelligence, and what it means to be a conscious being. So if you really like tech thrillers and you also love octopuses, you can't go wrong with The Mountain and the Sea. So this last book might give me some slack because everybody loves this book, and you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't have my copy anymore to show you, but thankfully I can just pop a little image of it right up here. That's right, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I picked this book up simply because I'm an octopus lover, and I believed that it was about a mystery-solving octopus. This book is not about a mystery-solving octopus. It's about an octopus that knows things, and it tries to intermittently clue the characters in throughout the whole story. And what a boring-ass story this is. It's about a 70-year-old cleaning lady named Tova and a 30-year-old fuck-up named Cameron. And it's about as interesting as it sounds. There's really no mystery involved here that you can't figure out about 2/5 of the way through the novel. There is an appearance of a cat at some point. This cat, it's named Cat, by the way. When it shows up at Tova's front door, the narrative lingered on it and Tova's reaction to it so intensely that I was certain that this cat was going to play some sort of pivotal role in this novel, but it doesn't. It just hangs around doing cat things. And I can't really fault the author for that because, you know, this cat acts like every other fucking cat that I've ever met in my life. It's a very believable cat. Just not sure why it's there. Other things that I'm not sure why they're there. Cameron, this 30-year-old guy who sort of acts like 19 because he's a whiny freeloader. He happens to be a genius. Don't know why he's a genius. His genius doesn't really make much of an appearance in the book. It's just sort of mentioned that he's a genius. He'll spout out some factoid every once in a while, but it doesn't really help anybody. It just sort of happens. And really the only thing kind of interesting about this book is the octopus, Marcellus. And in this book, Marcellus is not only sentient, but he understands English. Unfortunately, he can't speak English because he doesn't have a tongue or a voice box or whatever it is that we need to speak. But he does narrate. Unfortunately, his parts are way too few and way too far between. He'll come in every 20 pages or so to kind of clue the reader in onto, you know, what he thinks is going on, which we've already figured it out. So it's a shame that his thunder is stolen like that. But out of all of the characters in the book, I identified with Marcellus the most because reading this book is like being an octopus in a tank, just sort of languidly observing the boring-ass lives of people through a glass and just hoping to have a chance to get out in the ocean where there might be some sort of excitement. So that's it for just my Kraken reviews on octopus stories. I hope you explore them. I love them. You will love them too. Say goodbye to Constance. And we'll see you next time.